Third time's the charm. Hi, I'm Sarah. This is going to be my monthly empties for January 2018. I I had done a really good job on the first time, but I don't own editing software, so I couldn't splice two chunks together. I should probably own editing software. I hear that's how you will get to be partnered again, probably. Um, Not bitter, totally bitter. A couple of things that are new and different. Um, if you like this video at any point in time during the video, there's a like button down below. That's super neat. If you decide that my rambling is interesting to you and you would like more of it, there's also a subscribe button. And if you really don't want to miss it, you can turn on the little bell icon. There we go. I also, if you are not new, you will notice that there is a change because I'm actually lit up. I have these amazing arc lamps I got from Costco. I'm hoping they're giving me a similar lit up effect to like a ring light, not completely. You can see some changes in my background. I have, well, my curtains have been up for a while. You can see my lit up tree. I have moved this picture, which is amazing, which you can't really make out. You know, things are gonna change behind me. Eventually there will be a TV back there. You can see the trees tonight, which is nice. You can also see the outline of my lamp, which looks like a lit up banana. For me, I think that this setup for lighting is going to work the best because unlike a traditional ring light set behind a camera, for me, I would have to be looking directly into the sun, and that's not ideal for my head. Whereas these lamps are off to the side. So I'm hoping they're giving a similar effect, but while being kind of in my peripheral, and I could certainly adjust them, well, I might be able to adjust them wider. But for me, I feel like this would be less like and bad for my eyes. So I'm just gonna try and get into it. There's no way I can recreate the things I said before. This is why I don't edit because like it would just be this weird thing that got spliced together, and I would clearly be more flustered than I am. Yeah. Also, I'm having a good old-fashioned winter breakout right now, where there's a lot of moisturizer on my face to kind of try and fix this. But these weren't even spots. It's just places where my face got really flaky. And so hopefully I'm working on that. I'm working on that right now with some different products. But we'll see what's going on. Okay, so to start off, I have the World Tea House Vanilla Berry Truffle. This I have had for a little while. It is really delicious. It is common stock. I am going to try to remember to put the link down below. World Tea House is a wonderful organic tea blending place and cafe and stuff here in Halifax. He ships worldwide. He goes all over the place to source amazing teas. It is so, like, he's so beautiful. Makes so many beautiful teas. And this is particularly nice. This is a really good, like, I think it was a black tea based. But I can't remember. Really delicious though, and it just smells like, it's just good. It's just a nice cup of tea. Just a really nice cup of tea. And then I got the Righteous Butter from Soap and Glory. I have pretty much killed this. I'm sure I could have scraped this more. I've come to the conclusion there's a very particular scent that like Soap and Glory kind of has. And if you've ever smelled this, you'll totally know that scent. I was trying to figure out what it was, and I think it's kind of like dryer sheets or like detergent, and not in a bad way, right? It's not a scent that I reach for, and I found myself struggling to get through this because I wasn't drawn to that scent. And also, the price of this, there was quite a lot of product in here, and it was pretty potent, except, I don't know, it was weird. It was one of those ones where it kind of locks in the moisture really well. It didn't do a bad job. I want to say this. It did not do a bad job. It did a really good job. but I found it wasn't keeping the moisture in my hands really well. I tried a different body butter last night, and my hands feel really good still. And I think this is meant to be with shea butter and aloe vera, 10 ounces, says 300 milliliters. I want to say this was 15 bucks at Shoppers. Actually, I'm going to assume it was a little bit more because it's got these extra tags they tend to put on stuff that's over 15. Or usually I think the cutoff is like 16. It depends. There's another tag here, but that's just a fancy tag, and I can't explain to you. I was hoping it would have the price, but it does not have the price. This wasn't bad. There was a lot that I liked about it. The scent really lingers. It's just I personally didn't love this scent like I thought I would. It's sort of one of those things I smelled it in the store and it smelled kind of like clean laundry, which is really great the next day because the scent lingers and like you'll sort of get a whiff of yourself later. Coffee. So yeah, you'll get a sense of like a whiff of yourself like the next day. And it'll be nice. Like the scent does linger. Like I'm not gonna lie about that. That totally, it does. So if you're not into that scent, like it lightens up a lot. It is really intense when you first put it on. I tend to put it on right before bed. I tend to do like a big heavy moisturizer before bed. And I really liked this for my feet because I was finding that I was doing the petroleum jelly thing, and that's really great for like locking in moisture and my feet are already in decent shape, but I needed like a body butter to like get them in better shape. So I've been getting better about doing my exfoliation because I have like so many calluses, it's insane. So I tend to do whatever I'm doing for moisturizer and then throw on some cotton socks, sleep with it, and then in the morning I did find this was pretty good. This does have aloe in it. It has shea butter in it. I tend to love moisturizers that are shea butter based. I have nothing bad to say about this as a moisturizer. It works. I've had more intensive ones. I didn't love the scent. So because I didn't love the scent, and I tend to be drawn more towards things that smell like food. Surprise, surprise. Because of that, I wasn't using it as much, and so, of course, my skin was getting more and more dry. And again, it's not that I hate the scent, it's that it's not my favorite. Like, it's definitely like a perfumey smell. Not offensively perfumey. You know, it's not cloying, but it's not... I think it's one of those ones, if you love it, you love it, and if you hate it, you hate it. And I just sort of like, meh, you know? But yeah, it did a great job. I think if it was on sale, I would probably purchase it again and just use it exclusively for my feet. I found it was really good for that. It wasn't necessarily super helpful for like my knees. Like it wasn't as like intensive as I was expecting. I think that's the thing. And yeah. And especially where this year we're in a house that's a lot less dry because we don't have the wood stove going. So anyway, so there's that. Okay, so moving on. Before the move, I destashed a bunch of makeup brushes that were sizes I didn't like, styles I didn't like. I just had a bunch of cheap brushes that I wasn't using that weren't doing me any good. I don't know why I owned them, other than they were part of a brush roll set that I had, or like random brushes that, you know, and then there's already one that's made it back into my collection because it's a flat foundation brush, which is not the style that I use for my foundation, but it's really handy when using certain kinds of masks where like really you need a brush. I don't know how else to explain it, but a brush just makes more sense because otherwise you just put on too much. So I've got a couple here. This is an angled brush that comes with an eye set from Real Techniques. I love all the other brushes in that set. It's I don't know how well you can see it. It's fat. It's not overly stiff. I will say that. It's very soft. But it's too wide. It's too wide. So for me, where if you can see, like I don't have, like I was never using it. Like I had nothing to use this for. For me, it was too thick for gel liner, because it's just a thicker line that I like, and I don't really do gel liner that much, but when I do, I like it to be a much finer line. Um, and then I have another angled brush, which came in my top box, and this is from a company called Tease, and this is a similar situation where the brush is rather thick, but also it's just so, like, it frays out so badly. Like as soon as I wash it, like it frayed. I don't know how well you can see that, but like all that bristle spray, and I'm really careful when I wash my brushes to make sure to like shape them properly before I lay them out to dry. And this one just I don't know. It's just loose hairs everywhere. And so like a brush to me that's meant to be at least kind of precise, like I would just like I no. No. And then I have this Sonia Kashuk brush. This is a really important lesson that I have learned. They didn't have a display one of this brush. And I really thought it would be nicer. It's a very stiff dome style blending brush. And it's not that it's overly scratchy, it's just it's too harsh for the style of makeup that I like. So it's not for me. So I've washed it up. I wanted it to be fluffier, and so because it's really dense, it's just winds up being kind of scratchy, and it doesn't blend out a line. It kind of almost reinforce. And I even tried this with cream products, and it just did not seem to be working. I can't tell you the number of this. It was okay. It wasn't okay. It wasn't okay for me. Like, I'm not going to say it was okay. Like, this brush for me didn't serve a purpose. I love everything else about this. I love the shape of the handle. This is really great. I have a buffing brush that I picked up too, and it's amazing. Like, this handle is so ergonomic. You know, like you could really get in close. I loved that there was this double bump, you know, which really made it easier. Like, and if this had been a fluffier brush, like I thought it was going to be, but the sample ones had already been stolen because this was when Target was closing in Canada. And so I thought this was a fluffier brush. In the package, it looked like it was just a fluffier brush. I didn't realize what I was getting, and I wasted my money. But that's okay. I'm going to put all 3 of these brushes in our current donation bag. And then it goes off, and then hopefully somebody picks them up, and like they're all nice and clean. I'll disinfect this again, but like really, you should disinfect brushes if you buy them secondhand, and send this off to the Sally Ann, and then hopefully it'll find a good home somewhere else. Okay, next thing, the Rose Argan Body Conditioner. This is just a little one. A friend of mine gave me this beautiful rose lush body set thing for Christmas last year, and I'm finally digging into it. So this is scented with their rose jam, and yeah, that's clean. Like, I did actually clean it out anyway, but I used everything. This smells amazing. This feels amazing. I'm not always a big fan of rose scents, so I might see if they do this body conditioner in other scents, but this feels incredible. It's really nice. I have nothing bad to say about this other than just be careful because it can make your tub a little slippery. I really, really, really enjoyed this, and I am really considering purchasing a full size, but I don't tend to go into Lush, so I should just buy it. I should just buy it online, because the thing is, I go into Lush and I say I'm gonna get one thing, and I leave with $70 worth of things because because I love it, and the ladies in there are nice, and like it's really, it happens. It's the same thing that happens when I shop in Sephora. That's why I don't go in. That's why I shop online. I mean that, and then I always get my sample combinations that I want and everything like that. You don't really get that in store always. But yeah, yeah. Okay, next up is Skin Fix. It's what we do. This is a hand cream. This tube I got from Topbox for about 16 bucks. Hand repair cream. I loved this because it was thick, it was unscented, and yeah, it's really, really, really unscented. And honestly, if it weren't for the fact that the tube on this is so stiff, I would totally get another one for my camping kit. But I think what I'm probably going to be doing is getting something that I can use, because I tend to like multi-use products for my camping kit. But because it was so stiff, um, it's really thick, but the tube itself is really, really stiff even using it in the house. So then putting it in my purse, like I knew I couldn't leave it there for winter because it was insane to try and get out of there. And I tend to prefer L'Occitane products because they're a little bit thicker. This also doesn't absorb very quickly, but it is very effective, and I loved how gentle it was. And so it was really good. I do not, however, believe all their claims, because I actually wound up giving this to my mom, and it actually set off her psoriasis, because she gets a lot of eczema, and I guess it's psoriasis on her hands, really, really bad. So whenever I have products like this, I always have her try them to see if it will help. And that's kind of what they're aiming at with this company, and that was not the case for her, at least, but she does have very sensitive skin, and so I can usually give her things like L'Occitane products, and she's usually okay. I gave her one of their intensive face creams for Christmas, and she seems to be getting along with that really well. I don't know how religiously she's using it, but it's definitely helped her skin. This, nothing great to say about it. Like, honestly, it was a thicker version of a basic hand cream. It didn't seem to have a lot of petroleum products or anything in it. Nothing offensive about it. It's just I have so many that are better and cheaper, if that makes sense. That, this it was nothing special. It was nothing special once I found shea butter based creams, and I don't know the base for this. It was okay. It wasn't great. Yeah. I sense a theme. Okay, then I have the Dove Nourishing Oil Care Nutritive Solution. So I think this is just the shampoo, so I must have run through the conditioner last month. I didn't purchase this. I got the shampoo and conditioner in a Glam Sense box. You're going to see the unboxing of that in the next couple weeks, because I'm finally going to post that. Yeah, it was a pretty good line. It's the conditioner that goes with this is pretty coney. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, this smells really good. Nothing good or bad to say about this. It was a really, it was nice. It was nice. But it wasn't, the shampoo in particular wasn't stripping enough to deal with the amount of cones that the shampoo would, the conditioner would distribute. So I would find that if I used this every time I washed, or like a couple times in a row, I would get a serious amount of buildup, and so my hair would get quite lank. So that's why I tend to keep like 2 or 3 different kinds of shampoos and conditioners like in my shower at any point in time, because then I find that I don't get as much buildup. Yeah, it was good. Like, I have nothing bad to say about this. It didn't bother my scalp, which was really nice. Because I've definitely actually noticed since I ran out of this, my scalp has been having a little bit of an issue because it's been a bit dry. So, yeah, Didn't dry out my scalp, smelled pretty decent. I know the price is pretty good, especially because you can get it on sale. And honestly, if you're somebody with shorter hair, where I'm looking at growing mine out to full length again, and especially where mine is color treated, I don't know that that one is technically color safe. It does not say, so therefore I'm gonna, yeah, with neutral oils. I don't know. This doesn't claim to be color safe, so that leads me to believe that it's probably not. I have nothing bad to say about it. It was, it was pretty good actually. Yeah. Next thing, the Glam Glow Volcasmic Creamy Water Bomb Matte Glow Moisturizer. I tried this. You can't see it anymore. It was a little bubble. It was a little bubble moisturizer. There wasn't a hell of a lot. It was weird, but it went a long way. It was really nice. That mattifying effect was amazing. My skin felt really moisturized, but then even though like it hadn't absorbed because of the mattifying effect, it felt like it had absorbed. And it was really nice, like even on a bare face, because you didn't get that. If you're somebody that like doesn't do makeup most days and you want a moisturizer that feels really nice and like creamy and like it's really helping your face be less dry, but also doesn't make you look greasy, this is amazing. That said, it's probably like $70. I didn't check that out, but I really liked it. I really, really liked it, and I would definitely, if it wasn't for the fact that right now I need something really intensive, like I would totally consider that like a top coat moisturizer. It was really good. It was really good, and I used that straight as a base, and my makeup held up pretty well as though I had used a decent primer on it. So that's just my road test, and also like again, it was one of those little bubble things, and I got 2 or 3 applications out of it. It was really good, especially in the T-zone. It was really good. Okay. Crest 3D White Arctic Fresh. I don't know, I've been using this forever. I've already got another one because it was on a really good sale. Oh, the Collagen Pomegranate Pack. This is from the Face Shop. This was in my top box. It's one of those overnight moisture pack. I don't know. It made it sound like it was meant to be an overnight moisturizer, so that's how I used it, as like a night moisturizer. I've got another one of these. In the summer, this was really good, but in the winter, like I finished it off because I had opened it. I did open it. And yeah, so good in the summer because it wasn't too heavy, but in the winter it wasn't amazing. And it also smelled really good. It just wasn't as intensive as I needed once we had to turn the heat on. But that said, I seem to remember seeing that it was really cheap too, and like for a really decent like overnight summer moisturizer, because it was just like this gel formula that just kind of went in there. I don't know, it was really good. I don't know about any anti-aging collagen benefits, but like seriously, it was a solid nighttime moisturizer for the summer. Okay, I just finished this eye cream. It's the L'Oreal Defense. I bought this. It was $20. It was a decent eye cream. I really liked it as a base under makeup because it would leave it just a little bit sticky. It was reasonably moisturizing. I know it's meant to be like age defense. I mean, I don't have a lot of fine lines and crow's feet, although you would assume so because I'm so squinty. And it didn't do anything for my dark circles. I'm gonna be really honest with you, but it was like nice and hydrating, and it didn't bother my eyes. And I have kind of sensitive eyes when it comes to, like, it won't stop me from using an eye cream if it burns a little bit. Like, you want to be careful with this one. But yeah, generally, like, I thought this was pretty good. And yeah, for like a baseline eye cream, I would certainly consider it. The one I'm using right now, though, is like Venosource or something. I have a reasonable size sample tube of that from Caudalie. I mean, this was good, but there are some better brands that are, I think that's kind of the thing where this was like $22, and for a little bit more, I could have gotten a lot better. Although I will say, like, there was a surprising amount in the jar, and it took me forever to get through this. So I personally think that for me, it was a really good learning experience to know exactly, like, if you're gonna pay for an eye cream, especially in a jar, like, they seem so small. But because when other products that I have used in the past have been higher end stuff, I've said, like, oh, I'm not, because I would go through that so fast. Because this was by comparison cheaper, I wasn't shy about using it, and I probably had this for like 6 months because I'm not always great about. I almost always do my nighttime skincare. I don't always remember to do my morning after, especially if I'm gonna be wearing makeup. I always do it, but if I'm not, then I don't typically, which I know isn't great, but like whatever. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It totally depends. Today I didn't. Um, so yeah, this lasted me like forever. Uh, yeah, it wasn't scented. It didn't do anything weird. It was really cooling. It was like this gel-based formula. I have nothing bad to say about this. And if you're somebody that's like starting to get to the point where you're like, I think I need an eye cream because I just need like a little bit more moisture right there, but I don't want to put my face cream there, then this is really good. Okay. We have a David's Tea. This is a winter one, the walnut orange scone. If they are still selling this, I don't think they. I think they pretty much do a cutoff on this, so I think this is done for the season. But if they bring it back next year, I really recommend it. It was delicious. Okay, the Smashbox Studio Skin Foundation and Concealer. So the shade of the foundation was definitely not my shade because I'm gonna say this. I don't know about the undertones and everything, but I appreciate that it goes really dark for the samples. That's really cool. This is for effect how light the samples go. So that's this is the concealer. I didn't even bother because it's still lighter than the foundation was. Actually, no, the foundation looked like it was lighter. The foundation is meant to be reasonably, medium to full coverage. Yeah, it wasn't. I tried a little swatch on my face. And it also was, and I normally love things like this because it's normally at least enough that you can do like a face worth reasonably to know what it's like, because otherwise to me something like this is just a waste of my time. And I'm a sample packet queen. Like, I don't care. So many people are like, never gonna use that. I always use them. Because it gives you a really good idea. I always consider products that come in packaging like this that they're meant to be at least one full application of whatever the product is. That was probably a pump's worth of product there, and it did very little. It seemed like a silicone formula, if I remember correctly. For me, it just, it wasn't, I mean, maybe it's because the shade match was so off. But it wasn't good. It was not for me. It was not for me. And I don't know about the concealer, to be perfectly honest with you, because but like to be really honest with you, like I would doubt that there would be enough product in here, even if it was the right color, for it to be enough of an application of concealer for me. And I don't have a hell of a lot, like even just to do my under eyes. Maybe that's because I use too much, probably. But that was about the same amount of foundation as well. And so again, even if it had been the right shade, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. It wasn't the right shade. It wasn't a consistency I liked. It seemed kind of moussey. But that could also be because of the packaging it was in. So yeah, not for me. I wouldn't consider it medium to full coverage. That's the thing. Okay, so I had this, oh yes, the Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation Mattifying. Yeah, see this? This was an application's worth. And it was nice. I think the shade was no, would have been the right shade. I think it was a little bit not perfect. Uh, it was nice. It felt really mattifying. It felt really light. And maybe because there wasn't a huge amount of product, it wasn't enough for me to do like a second layer. I really liked it. It wore really nicely. Yeah. No, I remember it looking really good. I wore this. Oh, you know what? I wore this to my cousin's wedding. And my face looked really good. But it is like 60 bucks, so yeah. This is the Charcoal Deep Pore Exfoliating Peel Gel with Volcanic Sand from Boscha. There's more product in here. This stuff feels gross. It is almost impossible to rinse off. You're supposed to put it on a clean, dry face and then rub it around in circles, and it's supposed to take up, I don't know. All I know is like it got in all the peach fuzz on my face and it just stuck there and it was impossible. And it took like 3 days before it would just like come off. It was really gross and I'm not finishing it. And I love Boscha, for the record. Freaking love them. And that jelly ball cleanser, I have that in my bathroom right now. It is not just a gimmick. It is delightful. Oh, I have a tube of the Better Than Sex mascara, which became too dry for me to use effectively. Yeah, I liked this pretty well. It was really good. It was very thickening. Yeah, made my lashes a little clumpier than I liked, but sometimes that's a look. So that was pretty good. If I could catch it on sale, I would definitely get it again. It was pretty good. This, however, is the Ico Black Magic, and I got this tube in a top box, which is great because I got my first tube in a top box. This is all dried out now. I have used it. There's like tiny bits of product left. This stuff is amazing. They don't claim that it's waterproof, but let me tell you something. It is definitely water resistant. It is a beautiful formula. It is really lengthening. It is very black. And I would definitely agree that it is magic. I absolutely recommend this. It is really awesome, and if you want to make it completely bulletproof, if you get a waterproof top coat, what I really like is it made my individual lashes look thick without them looking spidery. It is so amazing. It double and triple coats beautifully. If you coat this with even the waterproof top coat from Hard Candy, if that's still available, that is just as good. I've used that side by side with my Anastasia Wonder Lash? I can't remember. Their waterproof top coat. I've used it side by side with that, and they're both equally good. The difference is really the brushes. But this, really amazing. So good. You should get it. Okay, next thing is, this is the Garnier Nourishing Cleansing Oil. This is an oil-based makeup remover. There's a little bit left, but like you can't get it out with the pump now, I don't think, and quite frankly, I'm not overly interested in doing so. This will take your makeup off. It will struggle with waterproof mascara, not gonna lie. And it leaves, like, there's no choice. Like, I know that some things say, like, oh, you don't have to double cleanse with, you have to double cleanse with this. Like, you might even have to triple cleanse. And I don't know, like, it was really weird. Like, it would kind of make my face want to itch a little bit, but, like, not enough that it was, like, really bothering me. But, like, generally, it really did a decent job, and I definitely feel like I got a majority of my eye makeup off. It would just struggle with waterproof mascara, and that's always going to be a struggle. I tried it because I got it on sale, probably because this, the label was all jacked up like this when I purchased it for like $5, $4 or $5, and it's regular like 15 or something. So I'm glad I tried it. I think it's one of those things that, like, every time I try a Garnier product, it's not that I hate it, it's just that, like, there's something about it. Every time I try a Garnier product, there's like something about it that's just like a little bit off for me as a person. And like this, it's like I would put it on my face and I'd be like, I knew it was supposed to emulsify when you added water, but it never quite did. And then I would feel like even as I was rinsing it off, I'm like, okay, good. I can add more soap to my face to get this shit off my face because I hate the feeling of this shit on my face. I don't know. I don't know. But if you catch it on sale, I got this in like the clearance section, which may have definitely made it worth it. Honestly, as like an everyday makeup remover, if you're somebody especially that doesn't need like a waterproof formula mascara, it was really good. Um, it certainly did the job. It didn't do the job 15 bucks worth though, because I'm cheap. Um, that said, then I have this Method hand soap in Mandarin Mango, which smells amazing, and I'm out. I got a bunch, like, I can't, oh, it smells so good. I got a bunch of Method, maybe from Target when they were shutting down. I can't remember. I got them on a really good sale. So I think I'm on my last one now. That's like the sea mineral scent. It's really good. I like it. It's a really nice hand soap. It's not overly drying. Their whole line of hand soaps. I've got a couple of their cleaning products as well. I have nothing but good things to say actually about Method. I've been really pleased, especially because they seem to have come down in price now. I have a partial packet of Neutrogena Makeup Remover cleansing towelettes. I love these. They're the ones I'm currently using right now. Not this individual pack, because as you can see, the label comes up, which means that, see, there's this huge gap. There's like 2 or 3 towelettes left in here that are stone dry. That ain't cool. Love the product. Hate the packaging. This is the Moravixa Budapest. This is the thermal cleansing balm. I have had one of these before. I tried as close as I could. There's a YouTuber on here, Estee Lalonde, and she had this whole thing to explain how you do this really properly. And I essentially wound up, I did like the hot towel face cloth thing, and then I put this on and I like really rubbed it in, and I essentially used it as a face mask for like 20 minutes over a bath, and it was so luxurious and my face felt amazing, and I can't say it enough. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. And see this packet? This is enough to do your face, down your neck, and then you don't have to. This is what I did. I just let it, like, I really rubbed it in. Like, I really did, like, a full face massage. I really, like, in the bath. It was luxurious. It was really, really nice. And I rinsed it off, and my face felt amazing. Everything was wonderful. And yeah, this is really moisturizing. This is a really beautiful product. It's like $200 or something really stupid like that. But one of these packets is the perfect amount to do your face, down your neck, and to not be ungenerous with it, but not be overly generous with it. It's like essentially the size of one of those regular like bomb size jars. If you're somebody that has the money or like a discount or something like that to splurge on this, it's a beautiful product. It is wonderful. I have nothing bad to say about this except I'm too poor to buy it. Oh, I was trying to say this is the bubble size from the Volcasmic moisturizer, but as you can see, it's about, yeah. You'll know the size of it because there's a lot of companies that do this sort of like bubble size. If you ever get the fresh lip balm sample, it's the same size as that. It's really good. So yeah, it was a good 2 or 3 applications. It was really, really nice. Then I had the Caudalie Vino Source Vino Perfect There's like, I couldn't even get any more out of this. This is like their sort of serum thing. I don't know. I use this as my nightly serum. It, yeah, it took me ages to get through it. It's really nice. Uh, I really like it. I'm currently in the market for a serum. I'm going through all of my samples and trying to use up all of my samples before I start actually purchasing more skincare and stuff. And it's really nice and I like it. Okay, so I have the Too Faced sketch marker. I got this with the Nikki Tutorials palette. What? Did you come back to life? Not really. No, it's really annoying. Like, it doesn't... Oh no, maybe it came back to life. Oh. That was the only reason that was in here. It seemed to have dried up. But apparently, leaving it on its side for a few weeks will make it all better. This, however, is the Starlux Pro eyeliner. Yeah. This motherfucker. Actually, let me let them both dry for a minute. So I was having an issue where I was putting on liquid eyeliner and I couldn't figure out which one was constantly running and constantly causing huge, huge issues. And I actually think it was both of them. I think I was having trouble with both of them. Yeah, if I remember correctly, both of them were kind of an issue, and that's why they're both in the bad bin. They were just running around. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's really hard to say. See, this is the thing. I put them in the bin. I definitely believe I thought this was dry because I couldn't get any more out of it. It also wasn't amazing. This Starlux one, that one definitely ran askew. Yeah, I cannot remember. That's so weird. You claim to be long wearer. Oh my god. You know when you put something in and you're like, I could have sworn this was dry and I should have just made a note about it, but I didn't. Oh, no, you know what? Yeah, no, they're both doing it. I know it. I was having issues. This one was fading. This one was running. Neither of them were performing particularly well. And you know what? I've also had them for a while anyway. And I think I'm just going to get rid of them because this one had totally run dry. So having it sideways for a while had kind of brought it back. But it's really annoying because like you'll be using it and it's at that point now where if I remember correctly, like I could do most of my line, but then it was running dry. And especially, I find that happens, like they get sort of like a buildup because I tend to do like a lot of looks with like a glitter or a shimmer shadow and I'll sort of like pick that up and not be any good. And yeah, that's what was happening. Yeah. It performed well at the beginning. As it's dried out, it's performed better, but now it's like it's not good. The Starlux one, it was never really great. Oh, and then I have this Cella brow liner. I liked this because it's so incredibly fine. You can see that it's a very, very fine tip. But I've had this long enough now that it's kind of gotten dry and it's kind of coming to the end of the pencil. And so whenever I go to use it on my brows, it immediately breaks. And so then I lose bits onto my bathroom floor. But everything else about this, except for the fact that it's probably a little too dark. Yeah. Nothing bad to say about this when it's fresh. But I also set it aside for a while because I got it at a point when I wasn't really doing brows. I don't have a lot to sort of compare it to. When I started using it, it was softer, it was creamier. It wasn't offensively soft or creamy. It was just soft enough to be able to do the lines. I liked that it was so fine and I was able to really sort of like draw in the hairs. So it was really good that way. Yeah, I've had a couple of products from Cella and I have nothing bad to say about them. I don't know how much this is, and I don't know where I could get it now because I'm pretty sure I got this in an Ipsy bag. I suppose it's one of those things where, like, personally, for me, it wasn't so amazing because I would have liked if it had come with a spoolie. And it wasn't so amazing that I'm particularly motivated to go and search it out. And I think that's kind of been generally my feeling with Cella products as a whole so far. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about them. I always get them as samples. I've never gone out and purchased it myself. So I don't feel particularly motivated to go and hunt it down. Like, there's nothing about this particular product that moves me. I'm not going to purchase that art liner again from Too Faced. Like, it was okay, but in order to get the real opacity, I did find that it always really struggled at, as you can see there, the very fine lines. I had that problem with the skipping right from when I opened it. And as for the Starlooks liner, like, it is super black, but also the tip isn't incredibly fine. And I do find that I'm more drawn and I have better experience and I have an easier time with brush style. Because I tend to like to do a flick. I'm not good at doing like a full like winged liner, so I tend to do like a flick at the end, and that's just easier to do, and you can get a finer point on that with a brush. So yeah, so I mean, this might not have been bad on somebody who isn't so squinty, and so everything that I use on my eyes has to be pretty bulletproof. And you know, it's one of those things where when I really looked at it, you know, I isolated products that were causing the issue because, like, I would go and I would stop in the washroom on the way home from, you know, hanging out with my friends and be like, just smeared. Because it would, not only would it wind up running, but of course it would start getting in my eyes and bothering them, and I wouldn't think about the fact that I'd just be like, don't touch your face. But yeah, and other than that, yeah, you can see the, yeah, so this is the Too Faced lines. They're not, that is drying out. This is the Starlooks one. It's really quite black for the most part. Neither of them are amazingly, like, from far away, they're pretty good. But honestly, I had so much better experience with the Stila liquid eyeliner. I really think I should just repurchase that in black. Yeah. Anyway, this is, oh, good Jesus, this is 50 minutes. I have been prattling on. So yeah, I hope that you have learned something from this. And thank you so much for watching. And again, if you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, you've already hit the don't like it button. If you found this at all helpful or amusing, or you'd like more details about any of the products, please feel free to drop me a line down below. There's a subscribe button there. You could try that. You know, no pressure. Again, little bell icon. You could try that. Again, you know, that's up to you. And if you would like to make a nasty comment, you've probably already done that and left. And if you would like to tell me something constructive you think could have made this video better, other than it's too long. I know it's long. It's an Empties video. That is the nature of Empties videos. Then by all means, constructive criticism. As far as the lighting, I don't know that I can handle the lighting being brighter than this. I could certainly mess with it. I know the camera is not the greatest. It is a lovely Logitech webcam. as it stands, this isn't part of my ever-expanding business model at the moment because I'm going to be unpartnered as of February 20th unless a large miracle happens and another 920 people decide in the next 3 weeks after seeing this video that they really want to subscribe. Then, you know, I'm going to continue going on with the technology I have and happen to build it up. Also, today wasn't a makeup day, and not every day has to be a makeup day. I find that the thing that I love is I love the makeup, but I'm really trying to work on the skincare and the hair care right now. I have some products coming in shortly, and I might have a discussion about steps I'm going to take in my hair care routine, and we'll sort of like see where that's going to go, because I'm really interested. I don't think I discovered my terminal length, and I'm thinking of just throwing my hair out again. Why not? I've been doing it accidentally by not making time or money to go to the hairdresser, so I might as well see where this rabbit hole goes. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys soon. Bye.